Am I the asshole for wearing a gold dress to a wedding?
Ooh, I did see the title for this one, and I was excited to hear it.
Another dress one that I'm sure we are
going to be very wrong about.
So prepared for. But which way are you leaning right off the bat, Sean?
I got to say, I mean, it depends. Some cultures, like, cause I've worn like a barong, which is like a Filipino formal wear to like a non-Filipino wedding.
Okay.
And you know, it was fine. Nobody said anything. So I'm wondering if this is maybe a cultural, I'm hoping it's a cultural, wear. And,
okay.
You know, cause I know like my Vietnamese friends, when they got married, they had a lot of family in like, pronounce me if, or forgive me for pronouncing wrong, but I think it's called Ao Ai. It's like a traditional formal Vietnamese wear. And, you know, some could be categorized as gold, maybe. So that's what I'm hoping. But I feel like this is not that, if I'm going to be quite honest. I feel like they wore a gaudy dress on purpose. And just statistic wise, last time we said not the asshole, we got fucking roasted. So I'll say asshole for wearing the gold dress.
All right.
That was a long road to get there, and I apologize. I'll keep it brief.
I appreciate the context and everything in there, so it's always appreciated.
Yeah, when the scores don't matter, I may go off a little bit.
Exactly, and you have an audience to approve.
It's added pressure right now.
Yeah,
if I'm gonna be honest,
they're all staring at you, actually. All right, so for some context, my 30 female best friend Dan, 30 male, got married to Lauren, 27 female, yesterday. Dan and I have been best friends since high school, and despite always being platonic with no romantic interests on either side, his now wife Lauren has always disliked me. In their 3 years of dating, I have not been allowed to see Dan alone because she feels that it's suspicious that I want to hang out with him. Honestly, I just miss my friend. Despite me being happily married, she's always kept me at arm's length. I always figured this was because she was from a very conservative family. Dan has spoken to her multiple times, and after, she'll back off for a bit before reverting to complaining about him being friends with a girl again. It's not ideal, but she makes Dan happy, so I made peace with it. That brings us to the wedding. Originally, I was going to be in the groom's party, but Lauren ended up crying, saying a wedding is not a place to swap gender roles. Okay.
Oh, looks like we're going to be wrong here.
Yeah. Dan was fighting her on this, but I just told him I'll be attending as a guest and not to choose this hill to die on. The dress code was warm tone garden party, and we were encouraged to wear earthy, warm colors. So I picked out a bronze/orange dress that I thought fit this perfectly, and the style even matched some examples they gave. And in short, I thought I had nailed it. And she provided a link to the dress. I've actually sent it to you. We will look at it at the end.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But yeah, just so you know, we will be looking at it. I'll tag it in the show notes and stuff.
Not that pictures help, because when we had the red dress picture, I was like, that's fine.
Also,
obviously everybody's like, that's a goddamn wedding dress, you idiot. And I was like, you're right, my bad.
Yeah, I'm wrong. Yeah. The wedding went great. However, at the reception, Lauren dragged me aside and said, quote, "I cannot believe you would wear gold to my wedding. You are not the first prize. You're just fucking trashy." End quote.
What?
Yeah.
That's a wild
statement. Yeah.
Okay.
Insane.
I mean, I guess we could see the dress and it could be gold, but I mean, just the gender norm comment has me already like, fuck the bride a little bit. I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, because Nancy and I don't have this rule about like hanging out one-on-one with like the opposite sex.
Yeah.
Because she has a lot of guy best friends. I have like one girl best friend that's not family.
Yeah.
But we don't care really. But I know I know some people have issues with that. And I think that's fine as long as you're communicative. So truly, I don't think her being weird about them hanging out is bad as long as she communicates.
I think it's slightly controlling, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
Like they've never had a romantic, relationship with each other.
For sure.
I think it's absolutely fun. Like Santa's got a couple guy best friends. That's how, one of my best friends is one of her best guy friends. And so it's like how we met. And yeah, I have like a best girlfriend who, yeah, we'll go for coffee dates every once in a while just to catch up. Completely fine.
Yeah, I think it's completely like I said, Nancy hangs out with her dude friends one-on-one and vice versa. I'm just saying, I know a lot of people, I feel like, you know, if I've learned anything from getting roasted for a week, not our experience is not everyone's experience. So I'm saying, you know, as long as you communicate and it's like in a healthy, not like my way or the highway. Yeah. I think that's fair. So that I thought was okay. So far, the only thing I haven't loved, gender norm comment, weird. Been to lots of weddings where there's a guy or a girl groomsman or a guy bridesmaid.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking bats an eye. No one fucking cares.
Yeah, it's 2024.
To be fair, though, if it is in a church, some churches just straight up don't allow it, which I think is stupid. Because the bridesmaids, if they're a guy, they're not the ones getting married. I don't fucking know. They're just there to be accessories to the bride or groom. I don't understand why the church cares. Another reason why I'm like, I'm religious, but also like, come on, guys, get a grip. It's 2024.
Yeah. Some stuff we can move on from.
We can move on from. But like gender norm thing, bad. Also, fucking pulling this person on a 101 during a wedding, also not great. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could be completely wrong if we get this fucking picture and the dress is just, I don't know, a gold wedding dress.
Fair. That's fair. All right. So she called me fucking trashy. I was so shocked in the moment, I just stared at her. She practically screamed at me to leave and she was drawing attention. So I grabbed my husband, said bye to Dan, and left. Dan reached out after and told me he was upset I left his wedding so soon. Lauren's mom texted me saying I ruined the wedding for her daughter and I'm stupid for wearing a gold dress, saying it's as bad as wearing white. I was genuinely not aware this was a thing. I wanted to reach out to Dan to explain, but I don't know if I'm in the wrong here. So am I the asshole?
Just right off the bat, before I look at the picture, I feel like no.
Okay.
I feel like no, just given everything that we have so far.
I have seen the picture, so I'm a little bit slanted, but even before I saw the picture, I was going to say no, because I mean, personally, I've never heard of even gold being that much of an issue. I could be wrong. This could be the red wedding dress all over again.
Because I was going to say, like, I think at my wedding, like, our colors were like neutral and gold.
Yeah.
So we kind of encouraged the gold to be worn, like yellow gold to be a thing. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird for sure. So if you want to open up the chat, there should be a link to the dress there.
That is an orange fucking dress. What are you talking about? What the absolute fuck are we talking about? That's burnt orange. Not even, if anything, like OP said, that's bronze. That's third place. That's third place.
If I saw this at a wedding, I would think nothing of it other than, oh, that's a nice dress. You know what I mean? Like, it has no connotations to being a wedding dress or like, yeah, it's not even close to gold in my opinion. I'm slightly colorblind, so I could be wrong. But
I mean, I don't know if my color vision is perfect, but in my opinion, it is shimmery, I guess, like the fabric. But even then, it's just a shiny orange.
Yeah, tons
and
of
maybe it's because I'm from Texas and that like UT is like such a popular imagery, like University of Texas, burnt orange, Longhorns.
Yeah,
that's like iconic Texas imagery. So that's where my mind goes right away. I think you just must have I mean, obviously she had a vendetta against OP, but like, 100%. It's. I feel like it's quite a reach to say that's gold.
So with all of that in mind, I think. Absolutely not the asshole.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and you left immediately after. But
yeah.
If I'm wrong, I mean, again, because I barely remember stories, I feel like Red Dress Lady made like a whole scene of it.
I think she did, yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we really missed the boat on that one. There are some flags for sure.
Yeah.
But
red flags.
Red flags for sure. But yeah, I got to say, this burnt orange dress, you left as soon as she asked you to leave, didn't make a scene. I don't know. I feel like definitely not the asshole.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think not the asshole. It's clear that she's got some other motives against you, and just wanted to embarrass you in front of in a place where she had the backing of everyone. You know what I mean? Like, it's her wedding. She's going to get some blind support no matter what. So yeah, I mean, you left. That's the safe thing to do. It sucks you missed your best friend's wedding, which is the really shitty part. But yeah,
you're going to be a groomsman. Like, very much in the mix, and then you have to leave early.
That's crazy. So I'll go into a comment, and then we got an update. So just to clarify everything, Flynn lower score Jim or JM asked, "Are you in a relationship? Have you ever kissed or hooked up with Dan? And do you think Dan has ever fancied you?" OP responded, "I am happily married, and Dan and I would rather eat glass than have anything romantic happen between us. We are just not each other's types and see each other as siblings. I genuinely don't think Dan has ever secretly liked me either." So, yeah, just to clear that up, there's no, underlying motive for OP here. Or Dan, by the sounds of it. So, let's hop into the update here. OP says, "Wow, guys, I genuinely didn't know what to expect posting this to strangers on this, but I am so thankful to my husband for suggesting this. I needed a non-biased view of this wearing gold to a wedding issue, and it's now clear that this was never an issue. Many of you asked if the dress I wore stood out, and I honestly know I'm biased saying this, but I genuinely don't think so. Another girl was wearing the exact same dress, but in dark red, which we had laughed about. Slip dresses are pretty common wedding guest dress where I am, and it was type of dress that was recommended by the bride. I think many of you were right in saying that this was never about the dress, but how I looked wearing it. Turns out Dan found out pretty quickly what actually happened and called me last night. Apparently, Lauren's mom had told him I was really drunk and told Lauren her dress wasn't it, so I was requested to leave."
The fuck?
Yeah. Sounds like the mom had a heavy hand.
Also, is the mom like a Gen Z? Not it.
She's hip, okay?
I mean, she's a cool mom.
Yeah. Dan had his suspicions that it was bullshit, but it wasn't until his mom called him to confirm it. Turns out his mom was nearby when Lauren pulled me aside, and ironically was actually wearing a yellow gold dress, and she tore him a new one about letting Lauren treat me like that. Dan didn't have a solution when he called. I could tell he was emotionally exhausted and pretty defeated. He said he wished I had taken it out on the open bar rather than leaving, but he understood why I left. He thanked me for taking the high road and that it hasn't gone unnoticed. He apologized for what happened. Apparently, this is an ongoing fight between him and Lauren. For all of those who say Lauren just hates me, it turns out to be 100% true. Yeah. Apparently, she's been trying to convince Dan to cut me off because that's, quote, what a good husband does. He said he thought she had gotten over it now that they were married. I told him that he needs to focus on his happiness and I will always be here to support him and that I will take a step back if that's what he needs. They were supposed to leave for their honeymoon yesterday, but when Dan called, they were still at home, so who knows? I blocked Lauren and her mom and forwarded the message to Dan just as recommended. Thanks again for everyone for your comments and judgment. Man.
I don't get the hate because like OP is truly like, I can take a step back, like no issues here. It would suck, but like if that's what she needs for y'all to be like happy and whatnot, then that's so be it.
Yeah.
So truly OP is just chilling here. Truly doing nothing wrong.
A true friend, to be honest, to Dan.
Yeah.
Who is caught in the middle of this. I mean, for like I get she's his person, but you'd love your person to be cool with your people you like your best friends. You know what I mean? Like they should be chill.
You gotta love the people that your person loves.
Yeah. Because they make you happy, like your partner happy. And so that should make you happy. It's just like, why are you destroying this?
I mean, I guess you can't love everybody. I imagine, some people have problematic friends.
For sure. That's not what I'm talking about, to be honest. The problematic friends, yes.
Neither was I, but I was just like, before I make a general statement.
Yeah.
They're definitely,
But like,
you should make an effort to be like what you're saying, make an effort to be cool with the people that your partner loves.
Yeah, at least be courteous and then realize that their friendship is important and that it should be respected. Because
Yeah.
you know, Dan and her have been friends long before you came around. You know what I mean? Like, and she's going to be there when it sounds like this might never amount to a long-term relationship, in my opinion.
I would say maybe therapy, work it out. There's a
good
possibility.
start. There's a chance she had an ex who cheated on her with his quote unquote best friend, and now she harbors that. But that's not on Dan. That's not on OP.
Starting off the marriage on a rough time like that is tough to bounce back from, I'm sure.
Get therapy.